Hey everyone, welcome to my first Empties video of 2026. So I have all my beauty products that I have finished up over, I would say about the last 2 months. I have been really focusing on using up what I have and using up those things that have like this much left in them. I just want it out of my drawers, out of my cabinets, out. So that has been the big focus. I will have chapters in this video of different categories if some are more exciting to you than others. But I like to start with makeup. I think that's the most exciting category of all. So most of these are empties. I do have a couple of declutters of products that didn't work out for me, and I wanted to talk about those too. So let's go ahead and dive into the makeup category. One that I'm super excited about, this was in my project pan all last year, so if you follow that series, you would already know, but I have my Hourglass Quad here. I think this was from the year 2020, like that holiday season, and I finished up the highlighter in here at the end of 2025. So it was in this pan. Obviously, you can see I finished up the bronzer and the powder that were in here already, but the big one is I finished up that entire highlighter last year. I track that in my project pan every month, and I finally did it. So I wanted to also take a victory lap here. This blush is okay. There's nothing wrong with it, but I have other blushes, so I'm just going to get rid of this packaging at this point. I don't feel the need to keep all of this just for this one blush color when I have similar shades already available to me in my other, makeup palettes and singles and stuff like that. So that's exciting. And then I have two mascaras to talk about. This one is the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Mascara. I've been using this for years. I like the very black or blackest black or whatever. I like a black mascara. I like one that is voluminous. It gives me like some nice volume. Don't like ones that are too lengthening. I just feel like I get spidery. So I love this. I've been using it for years. I have decided to try a couple of other ones, go back to things that I tried in the past. This will probably still come back into my life at some point though, because it's just so good. This one I am decluttering from my life. This is the Revolution Wrap Lash. It says Mega Extension and Volume Tubing Mascara. Now, I had never used a tubing mascara before. I bought this in the fall to kind of play with, and I had fun playing with it. And then I realized I don't think the tubing mascara is the life for me. So this one had a brown color to it. It's a like rubber bristle wand, which typically is not my vibe. I do feel like this one wasn't too lengthening, though I have realized in a lot of the marketing that I'm seeing around tubing mascara, it is mostly on the lengthening side, which I just said I like more of the volumizing side. So this was fine. I just didn't love the removal, to be honest. I know that's why some people really like it, but I did not care for that. I like to use a cleansing balm. I like to really get in there with my eyes and get everything off. I didn't love going in then with water afterwards. It just kind of felt like an extra step to me. So I don't know. This wasn't right for like the application and everything. It just felt a little weird to me, and then I didn't love the removal. So I'm going to declutter it. What I have been having a little bit of issue with though is some smudging, and this has been going on for a while. So I am trying a waterproof mascara right now, and that's working really well. So I might just need to switch to waterproof to help prevent some of the under eye smudging that I've been getting. Maybe I just have like oily under eyes. I don't know. So yeah, those are the three makeup products. I'm going to stick them in my bin and we'll dive into skincare next. So I have a stash here of sheet masks that I wanted to mention. So right now, in general, what you should know about my skincare routine is that I'm using tretinoin 3 times a week. So I use it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I have like a nice rich moisturizer that I pair with it. But because I am using it, it has dried my skin out. Plus it's winter. I always had oily skin, I would say, and now I'm like probably normal combination. But in the winter, I would say normal, maybe almost dry. So anyway, on Sundays, I do a sheet mask and I put it on in the evening and I let it there for like 3 hours. You know, I really let it absorb. I love hydrogel sheet masks for that. So I have a few here. I kind of, when I buy them, buy like packs of them. So I have 4 from CosRx. It's the Advanced Snail Mucin Glass Glow Hydrogel Mask. My skin loves snail mucin. I use it as a serum every night too, as kind of a barrier for the tretinoin. So I really like this one. My skin likes snail mucin a lot. These ones, I have 2. This is the Collagen Bounce Up Hyperactive Gel Mask. These were fine. Again, my goal is really the hydration element. So a lot of these are going to offer that. I have one of the Peach and Lily Glass Skin. I like these ones too. And then the Biodance This is the green one, which says calming, purifying, refreshing. So all of them are good. For me, the thing that I care about is that hydrogel texture. So they actually like are 2 parts typically, and they really like cling onto your skin as opposed to like the cloth ones. Those just slide around, and I don't feel like they're as good. So that's really what I care about, is the hydrogel and that they are hydrating. Past that, I'm not that loyal to one particular brand. These are just the ones that I have. So anyway, these are all used up now, which is fabulous. I also finished up a package of cotton rounds. I had these just kind of sitting around, and I decided to use them for my toner in the morning. So I finished these up. I have another sleeve that was kind of kicking around too, so I'll work through those. I used reusable ones. I had a set of reusable cotton rounds that I had for almost 10 years, but they started to get holes through them. They were really, really like worn. So I did have to retire those. So right now I'm using like these cotton ones that I have in my stash already. And then I might go back to reusable ones. I mean, I think 10 years is pretty fair, you know, lifespan. So I might invest in some of those again. They worked well and they were machine washable. So anyway, I'm using up what I have first, and then I'll make that decision. Okay, other skincare products I have kind of a pile. So let me just move these here in front of me. Oh my God. Okay, let's go by category. So first I have toner. This is the Thayer's Rose Toner. I love this product. I've purchased a number of these. So I use a hydrating toner like this in the morning. I don't actually cleanse my skin in the morning. I like to use this as a refresher. It works really well for me. I feel like my skin is hydrated and refreshed. It does remove any sort of dirt and oil that's there. So I really like this. I'm currently using a CeraVe hydrating one, but I probably would go back to this one. It's just my favorite so far. So if you have a hydrating type of toner that you like, let me know. I will check it out. I had a sample of the Real Complexion Hyaluronic Skin Essence. This says it has hyaluronic acid and collagen. So this was a little 1 ounce bottle. So this was a essence. It was a little bit thicker than this toner, but I used it in the same way. I was just on a work trip in January, so I tried to pull a lot of minis that I had, you know, previously used to try to finish them up. So this is one of those that I finished up. I had like 1 use when I got home, so I just used it. This was fine. Again, they're all kind of interchangeable to me, so I wouldn't say necessarily that this is better than the Thayer's. It's kind of all relative. Let's move into some serums, I think. So I have this one from Naturium. It's the Quadruple Hyaluronic Acid Serum 5%. I use this in the morning time to give my skin a little bit of extra like hydration boost. Quite liked it. You know, I would consider repurchasing it. Again, I feel like hyaluronic acid serums are kind of interchangeable. So for me, it's more so about the price per ounce, less the like particular brand or formula, because I kind of feel like they're all the same. So I finished this one up. Then I used up this Sunday Riley CEO 15% Vitamin C Brightening Serum. So I used to use a vitamin C serum in the morning that had hyaluronic acid in it. Finished that one up. That's when I got to this one, just the pure hyaluronic acid serum in the morning. Then I brought this out, and I don't think that this has hyaluronic acid in it. And I'm sure 15% vitamin C is actually pretty intense because this dried my skin out. So I did finish it, but I probably used it at a time of year when I shouldn't be. But that's okay. I finished it up. I wouldn't repurchase this anyway. It's too expensive for a vitamin C serum in my opinion. But yeah, I finished this one up. It was fine. And now I'm back onto a more like truly hydrating morning serum, which is great. I also have 2 retinol serums. These were both like half used, you know. So again, because I'm using tretinoin like a prescription strength, I'm not using these on my face. I'm actually using them on my neck and chest. So I have this CeraVe Resurfacing Retinol Serum. It says it has encapsulated retinol. I really like this. There's also one in the purple bottle that I've used from CeraVe. Really liked it. I think it's great. And then I have the Inky List 1% Retinol Serum. I didn't love this as much. I used a bunch of these in the past, but I just feel like this packaging could be way better. It's pretty stiff, so it's hard to kind of twist it around and get everything out of there. And it's also really kind of like a short package, so that you don't have a lot of like momentum to get things twisted around to get everything out. So I don't think I would purchase this again. If I'm going to buy a retinol to use on my neck and chest, I think it's going to be more aligned with the CeraVe version, whichever, the purple or the teal. Because I think that they're pretty interchangeable. But yeah, these were fine. Like I said, it's just trying to kind of use up things that are half used. So those both fit that category. Then I have a moisturizer. This is from Naturium. This is the multi-peptide moisturizer. This is the moisturizer that would not die in the best way possible because I really liked it. This is one of those tubes, but it's a pump type packaging. I think this is the most superior packaging of all. And it did all of this twisting and kind of contouring to get everything out on its own because it's that well like vacuum sealed. So I really enjoyed this. I've been working on it in my project Use It Up. And I use this both morning and night. So I would use like one pump in the morning just as a light moisturization before my sunscreen. In the evening, I do a couple of pumps to really like, moisturize my face. So this was great. I would consider repurchasing this, but I have a number of moisturizers I need to work through first. That's kind of a theme. And then I have a sunscreen here. This is the Biore UV Aqua Rich Watery Essence SPF 50. I bought this in Japan. Last spring, my husband and I went to Japan for a week and I bought a few beauty products as one of them. So I finished this up. I thought this was really nice. I definitely would keep an eye out and purchase this again in the future. It was very thin and easy to kind of spread on my face, which is what I personally like the most in a sunscreen. I want to be able to just move it around without like it dragging on my skin or feeling like it's taking forever to rub in. I just like something that's very like thin and lightweight. So this fit that description. And yeah, I liked this one. I also finished up a cleanser. This is the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Daily Cleanser. This for the longest time was in our shower and I would use it on occasion. I typically don't wash my face in the shower, but in the summer when we were like on the boat and swimming in the lake, I would come home and we'd both like rinse off. And so I'd wash my hair and I would wash my face to get all the sunscreen and lake and all of that off. So I would occasionally use it in the shower. Ultimately, I pulled it out of the shower to just finish up because it was annoying me that it was sitting there for so long. So I think that there's a couple of formulas of this product. This one that I had was the gel version. I do prefer a gel cleanser that like lathers up. And I thought this was nice. It definitely hydrated my skin. It didn't strip it. It didn't make me feel dry or itchy. So I would consider purchasing this again. From what I remember when I bought it, it was pretty relatively inexpensive, but I know drugstore prices have increased. So I would put this on my potentially to rebuy list. I also like the La Roche-Posay cleanser, but as true with many categories, I have a bunch of cleansers I need to work through. So I won't be purchasing a cleanser probably anytime soon. I would be surprised if I didn't purchase a cleanser all year because I think I have like 5 of them right now, which is ridiculous. So we'll see. But, this was good. Alternatively, I have the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Daily Moisturizer. I did not care for this. So I've had this in my collection for a while. You can see I've used a good amount of it up. I think what's happened is either my skin has become a little bit more sensitive from the tretinoin, or it could be both, that this is too old now because I would use this and it would burn my skin. I mean, it felt like I had damaged my skin barrier, but I don't think I have because I've been so good with layering hydration. And if I use a different moisturizer, my skin doesn't burn. So I don't remember that happening in the past. But again, I've had this that I've used on and off here and there for a while. It's not my favorite moisturizer. So I would use it until I would get something else and then I would ditch it and use, that new product. And then it was just kind of always lingering. And at this point, I do think it's a combination of my skin changing to being a little bit more dry and the fact that this is pretty old at this point. So I am removing it from my stash. I'm not going to keep coming back to it because if it's burning my skin, it's not worth it. So this is being decluttered. It's not brand new, but it's not empty either. But we don't have time for that, okay? We don't have time for your skin to be upset. All right, let's move into, I just have 2 quick hair care products and then we can move into body care. So I have 2 mini dry shampoos. Used both of these up throughout a couple of travel things that have happened. So I have the Not Your Mother's Plump for Joy dry shampoo. This is my favorite dry shampoo. I have a couple of the full size and then this is the mini I like to get. And then I also have a Batiste dry shampoo. This is tropical scent. It was fine. This is pretty heavy duty. I used to only use Batiste and then I kind of like shopped around and then I came back to finish up. I had 3 uses left in here. So I thought I'll just finish it up. Whoa, this is heavy duty. Also, I wash my hair almost every day at this point because I go to the gym in the morning and I swim laps. So every time I swim, I wash my hair to get the chlorine out. And I'm typically swimming 4 days a week, and then like walking on the treadmill or whatever. And so I don't always wash my hair after that. I'll use a little bit of dry shampoo, but I'm not going through as much dry shampoo as I used to because I'm just washing my hair more. So certainly it'll take me a while to work through the full size, but it's a win to get 2 little minis out because this isn't really a standard part of my routine anymore. So that's cool. Okay, now into body care products. I have a handful of things here. So I think let's just hit the lotions, okay? So I have 3 EOS lotions. These are like the mini size or the travel size. They're 2.5 fluid ounces. So I have 2 of the vanilla cashmere. Really love this scent. I bought these initially. There was like a set, you know, like you could buy 5 for whatever price. But I really like these because they fit well in my gym bag. So this is something that I will keep in mind. However, I also have the EOS, it's the vanilla cashmere, like in the tub, like the body butter, and that fits in my gym bag too. So that's what I've been using now instead of, oops, well, I just threw that one on the floor, but I have another one here to show. So instead of these, but finish these up. And then I also had the peppermint cashmere, which was a limited edition scent for the holidays. This was nice. It was more of like a sweet peppermint, not like an icy cold peppermint. Sometimes when you use peppermint scented body products, it can like give you goosebumps, and that didn't happen. So that was good. So I finished that up too. I do like the texture, consistency of those. Would repurchase, but need to work through what I have. And also I like the body butter for this time of year, like deep winter. I do want something that's a little bit more oil based and like going to sit on my skin longer. Like I like that. At home, I finished up the Coty New York Lavender Lotion. I got this from my nail salon. They gave it to me in like a little gift thing. So this I use on my hands and feet at night. It was sat by my bedside table. It's officially done. Wouldn't repurchase it. I don't particularly like lavender scented things. This also was pretty thin at the end of the day, and I want something richer. And then I also finished up the beloved Coconut and Warm Vanilla Hand Lotion. Love this. I do tend to repurchase this exact scent. It's like neutral enough that if we're out, my husband asks for hand cream, he'll use it too. And it just kind of goes with everything. It's not like super overpowering. So I do like to have one of these kind of at a go. I used to get in a habit of buying like 6 of them at a time. I don't need to be doing that. Like I can just buy maybe like 2 or something like that and have one on the go, one backup. But yeah, I finished this up. This is a favorite of mine. Would repurchase. And then I have a deodorant. I have used up the Dove deodorant. It's the Even Tone plus niacinamide, peach blossom, and rice milk. I am somebody that needs an antiperspirant. I know that can be controversial. It's just what my body needs. You do you. But I liked this scent. It was good. I have another Dove deodorant going right now, and then I probably will switch to a different brand. I feel like I need to switch it up a couple of times a year just to keep my body guessing. But yeah, this was a good scent. No complaints. All right, I have a couple of Tree Hut shower products. So this is the Sunkissed Poppy Sugar Scrub. This was a really bright, refreshing scent. Finish this one up. I do love the Tree Hut scrubs. I think I love them more in the winter than I do even in summer. I use them year round, but there's something about in the winter time just getting like a good scrub. Like it feels like I'm getting it all over like body scratch, and then I'm also like sloughing off all the dead skin. So love a good scrub. Tree Hut is one of my favorite brands for that. I like that they have a variety of scents. So if I want something different, I can pick something different. But then they also are just super reliable. Like they just work, and yeah, I think they're a fair price for what they are, you know, what like the quality you get. Also from Tree Hut, I love the shave oils. This one is the Moonlight Glow scent. Very nice. I use this to shave. This is the only shaving product I really like anymore. So I do have, I think 2 scents in my backstash. Both of them are like half used. So trying to work through that. But yeah, I really like these, and same with the scrubs. Like there's a variety of scents. It's kind of like Old Faithful, but I can still pick and choose for the season. Like in the summer, I'll probably pick something a little bit more like fruity or coconutty. And in the winter, I can do more of like vanilla if I want. So I like that kind of variety that I can get. I finished up a hand soap. This, I think I finished at the very beginning of December, so it didn't quite get into my fall empties, but this is the scent Leaves. I bought a number of hand soaps from Bath & Body Works last, I guess now the math is not math in my head. I think it was November of 2024. So like just over a year now, I bought a bunch of hand soaps when they had them on sale for like $2 each. So I've been working through them. And when I bought that batch, I tried to get a variety of scents that would fit most seasons. So finished this one up, which is great. I'm working on Vanilla Bean Noel right now. That one's almost done. So I have enjoyed, again, having like a more seasonal scent that I can swap between. It just kind of makes it a little bit fun. Two last products here. This one is from Fleur. It's the Vanilla Skin hair and body fragrance mist, this little guy. This is a nice scent. I've had, I think I got this in my advent calendar from 2024 and finished it up. So that's great. It's a very nice kind of clean skin vanilla scent. I think this one is very popular. Like I'm sure you've smelt it or heard about it anyway. I liked it just fine. I like a body mist like this to keep in my gym bag. So I like these, I don't know, I think they're roughly 1 ounce sizes. Yeah, 30 ml. They just fit really well in my gym bag, like the pouch that I keep it in. So I like something like this as just like a quick, scent. They don't stay as long as perfumes, obviously, but that's fine with me. And then the last thing is this lavender bar soap. So I'm using this. I sliced it in half. I have half in my shower, and then I have half that I'm using for like cleaning my brushes, whatever. Whenever I put in the packaging of a soap, it means that I finished the previous soap. So this one's in action, but it means that I finished the one before that. My husband travels for work quite a bit, most weeks actually, so he regularly brings home like the nice travel size soaps that he can get from hotels. So we always, we'll have soap till the end of our lives, I'm sure. We just have a good stack, and at this point I told him, let's hold off for a month or two and get through a couple more. So yeah, we always have something in stash, but this one was a full size and it was like a nicer quality, so I thought I would bring it out to use, and we'll go through it. So those are my empties from December and January. I'm really happy to be recycling this bin after this video. It's recycling week for me, so this is perfect timing. And yeah, can't wait to fill up my basket again with other empties to share with you here soon. I think in 2026, I'll probably do every 2 months. Just seems like some months I have nothing and then other months I have a ton. So if I combine 2 months, we should always be, with a good number of empties. So very happy with this haul, and yeah, I'm gonna go throw these in the recycling bin. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon in my next one. Bye.